Hey, y'all, I'm Shane Sams. Welcome back to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. This is the podcast where I bring real members of our Flipped Lifestyle community onto the show to celebrate their action taking, to celebrate their success, and to help them take their next steps in their online business journey. And you get to listen in to these coaching calls, these mastermind calls, so that you can figure out tips and tactics and strategies that you can use to take your online business dream to the next level, build something out in the world to change your family's future. My guest today is an awesome Flipped Lifestyle community member. His name is Mike Buchanan. And, you know, he kind of came here looking for some different strategies, some marketing tactics. But the problem was he's trying to do like 4 ideas. And I had to back him up and say, look, man, we're going to have to spend this podcast choosing your idea. Because you can't do 2 things, man. You can't serve 2 masters, people. You got to go out and you got to focus your energy. You got to pay attention. You got to work through things A, B, C, and you better get A done or B will never happen. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to lay out all of Mike's ideas and we're going to choose his idea right here on the show. We're going to see how that evolves so that he can go take action. He can go execute and he can do this, not try this. He can make it happen, not think about it happening. And that's what we want for you too. I know there's a lot of people out there right now, you know, that are struggling with your first online business idea. Maybe you're sitting there and you're like, I know I could do this, but I got 10 different things I want to try. This episode is going to help you pick your idea. And for the veterans out there, listen, you may think you got it figured out, but you don't. None of us have it figured out, including me, including Jocelyn, my wife. And every single day, entrepreneurs, man, we are wrestling with ideas. The strategies and tactics I'm going to give you today will help you figure out the next idea that you should pick, the next idea you should try for your next course, your next piece of content, your next membership tier, or maybe even your next marketing campaign. These are tried and true best practices that you can use to get focused and take action on your next idea. So as always, thank you for listening to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. We are so proud and appreciative of your trust and your listenership every single episode. Wherever you're listening, maybe on your couch, maybe in your car, maybe on a treadmill, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast, where life always comes before work. We're your hosts, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. We're a real family that figured out how to make our entire living online. And now we help other families do the same. Are you ready to flip your life? All right, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. It is great to be back with you again this week as I help another real member of the Flipped Lifestyle community start, build, and grow an online business, make an income that can change their family's future. And I am pumped up to talk to Mike Buchanan all the way from St. Louis today. Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm so excited about this.
Did I sound like an announcer at one of your old comedy clubs right there? Welcoming Mike Buchanan. Was that good? Was that
Absolutely.
good enough? Could I have been the MC? That's what I'm talking. And I got a comment first. Me and Mike are rolling in here. It's pretty early in the morning. Mike's sporting a Dunder Mifflin cap, baby. Like, you know, it's going to be a good podcast when the office is in the house. Where'd you get that? Did you order it online or I want to give me one of those.
My kids got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, that's incredible, dude. And we're going to see a Christmas theme developing maybe later in the show as we talk about the product. But before we get started, Mike, you know, let's give everybody some context who's listening to the podcast today. Tell me a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about your background and kind of what got you to this point today.
Okay. I live in St. Louis. I've got a lovely wife and 2 kids, high schooler and a middle schooler. I wrote some software back whenever there was DOS, and it was kind of like Google Calendar, where you would have multiple calendars color coded, and I got it into Walmart in Computer City.
Wow. You mean like you used to walk up to those stands and there'd be like 100 CDs there and you'd be grabbing random programs and games you barely knew how to use kind of deal?
Exactly. It was at the grocery store in my hometown on like a spinner rack in the aisle.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was like $9.
I probably have held one of them in your hand, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. And so then Windows came along and it fell off the shelves. And so I'm a computer contractor, and so long ago, around 98, I opened up there's a beautiful building here in St. Louis, Union Station, and I reopened the comedy club in there, and we did a lot of things. We had some open mic and some headliners and some if you've ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, some improvised comedy, but we did it in a competition format with a referee. So the audience then would scream and yell for who was the funniest. And we'd have a big finish with the Chariots of Fire and crown the champion. So that was a lot of fun. Did that for until about 2005. And since then, raising my kids and working, but I'm anxious to get back to the entrepreneurial life and doing some online things.
So why shut the comedy down? Was it just hard to put the butts in the seats? Was it just the economy? Like, what was it going on?
Yeah, it was tough. I closed it after 8 years in 2005, and it was Union Station. It was a downtown location, and the other retailers started leaving. The traffic dropped off, and my kids were born. So I was out until 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock on Fridays and Saturday mornings. It just wasn't working out so well. And it wasn't a great money maker. What have you
been doing since then?
I do software development. I've been contracting for different businesses in St. Louis.
So is that your why right now? Is it just your kids are now a little older? You've kind of raised them to where, they're in high school and middle school. They're getting a little more independent, and that entrepreneur bug kind of bit you again, or never went away. And it's like, man, I do have a little more time. I do have a little more freedom, a little more flexibility to go back down this rabbit hole.
It's definitely the timing that's kind of like it's perfect time now. I was coaching the T-ball and the basketball, and we don't do that so much now.
Yeah.
They're a little bit older. So it's a perfect time. And, I've got products that I created. And when I discovered the membership model, I decided I could build, what a great way to build a community.
Yeah, around your product, and you got a subscription, and everybody pays for it. We've had a kind of similar epiphany life. I'm 43. How old are you?
I am 56.
So you're right ahead. You're a little bit ahead of me. But like, I'm getting to that stage where I think age doesn't matter as much as your kids' ages matter. Like that's what really matters. That's what determines the season of life you're in. And Isaac and Anna Jo, of course, are now 10 and 12. They're both going toward middle school, and Isaac will be in high school. He'll be driving in the next couple of years. He's 13, so he's got 3 more years of that. And it's funny, as they've gotten more, I won't say confident, but as they've gotten more opinionated, and they've gotten more, their individual identities are starting to develop, and it has freed us up to think about bigger things, doing different things. Like, I'm starting to speak more now. I'm gone a little more.
Yep.
And I heard an awesome thing about, I can never remember if this quote was about raising kids or marriage, but it was like, the context is the same. It's like it's like if you got 1 kid, you actually raise 5 kids because they change every 10 years. And if you marry someone in your 20s and you say, like, how long have you been married? Well, I've been married 10 years, 5 times. If you've been married 50 years, because your wife or your husband change every 10 years. Right. And I feel like that's the season we're going into. Like, there's a lot of change. We've been on the road more, but it's creating more closeness in our family because the kids miss you and they conceptualize you and that being gone. So you love each other more because, what's absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of deal. But isn't it funny how life changes like that every 10 years or so,
It does. It's now that my son has his driver's license and kind of his own life, if we can catch him to sit down for dinner, it's exciting.
I got a buddy named Scott Beebe, and he's got an awesome website, a podcast actually called Business on Purpose, but ever check that out. But he has this thing, he calls it forced family fun, and he puts it on the calendar, and he's like, if you want me to give you money for your cell phone bill, you're going to participate in forced family fun. So we all need a little forced family fun, but we need a little business life right now. And you've got a lot of ideas, man. We talked off air for a few minutes. Being an entrepreneur, being a software creator, being a guy with the tools to be able to make different things. We were kind of like, what do we talk about today? And after about 5 minutes, I was like, we should probably talk about how to choose an idea, because you got 3 good ones and you got 3 you seem to be passionate about. And that's what we're going to have to do. So let's start there. There's a lot of people out there, I believe, that are like, man, I got 5 ideas. And if I just knew which one to pick, I'd go for it. The home run, baby. Which one's the home run? That's not really how it works, people. You're going to see that. But we're going to go through a process today, and we're going to see if we can figure out what you need to choose next. So tell us about, in a nutshell, you came in, we talked about 3 ideas this morning. Let's go ahead and let's just get those out on the table. So we got the puzzle pieces. We can start making the picture. Tell us about your ideas and the things you've created as subscriptions.
So I took a projector and I shined it at the front of my 2-car garage. and I mapped out the columns in the top and put graphics into it. And on the garage door, I played a Christmas video. So it's a way to, it's called projection mapping. And I shine then. It's a wonderful light show of just graphics showing on your house while Christmas music is playing.
And I think some people have seen these, but it's more like it's just showing snow while there's music playing, or it's just showing something else. But what Mike's is doing, like right now, I'm watching people fight with lightsabers on his garage door.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right. And like there was another one earlier where he had like different Christmas movies. Like you might have something from Christmas Vacation, like the cat or the squirrel or whatever it was jumped out of the tree, or you might have Cousin Eddie emptying his sewer tank and the thing. And it's actually each part of your garage has different scenes. Like it's like the top where the trusses are could be something, the garage door is something, the poles could be something. You can literally do all kinds of different things going on at once. Like that one's is that from the Christmas Story where he's about to shoot out his eye, but at the top he's got a wreath.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And so it's pretty simple. You take to understand how the tech works, you do it in a web browser, and then you can cast a tab just to a Chromecast, which is connected to a projector in your front yard. You line up the panels and you push play. So it's pretty easy thing to do.
And I think the one is super unique. Like that picture of Elf with Buddy the Elf screaming Santa while Elf movies scenes are playing on your garage door. That's the one I want. That's what I'm going for. I'm all about some Elf, man. It ain't Christmas until you watch Elf. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And but like what's cool is like this eliminates a huge problem. Like I don't want to go put lights on. I've never decorated. I don't want to go out there and get ladders and put lights up, and I don't want the generic snow globe spinning in a circle or that looks just like all my neighbors. Like, no, even if my neighbors are using this, I'm picking all the videos. It's completely customizable. So my house will always be different than everybody else's in the neighborhood, basically. Exactly. And I don't have to die falling off of a ladder, which is always good. That's the best part. Don't have to untangle all the lights and you just unplug the projector. You just have to unplug the projector, and Christmas is over. Just like that. I mean, it's great for I took some videos and I live broadcasted on Facebook with my daughter dancing out in front of it. It was a pretty fun thing to do, create some holiday memories. So. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will be able to see the videos as we're recording this. He's got it pulled up on his screen, and we'll also try to put that over on the show notes as well. Okay. So the first idea, how is this a subscription? Do they pay for the app that lets you do this on a monthly basis? Right. So you could also do this for Halloween. As part of a display, you could do this for the 4th of July. The app is for all holidays, basically. Yeah, you can do for many holidays. About that. Yeah, but it has to be after dark too. So sometimes it doesn't summertime. It doesn't get late dark till 9. So so it's like a software application that you pay for monthly. A lot of people are paying subscription services. You do that all the time with your things. Everything is a subscription. Yeah, right. So for recurring revenue, it's that way. But I paired it up with something else because I'm like, this doesn't necessarily have year-round appeal. So I have a second site that's within the membership, and it's called Holiday Core. And what this is that it's for people to decorate your porches. When we were driving, my daughter and I were driving around, and we were like, oh my gosh, people are putting signs and wreaths and doing these displays for the holidays on their porches. And so I put together, I'm thinking towards making it subscription boxes as well, so it would play with the monthly revenue. But the idea here, and the site that I have up now, shows you that you can have mailbox covers or doormats or garden flags or house flags, all kinds of ways to decorate your porch for each of the different holidays as well. So basically, I would subscribe to this. Right. Separately, this is something different. This is a different website, right? But you're saying you want to maybe include it where you would actually send them a subscription box with the decor in it each month to go along with the light show if they choose to use it. Is that what you're saying? Or is this something totally different? Oh, I see what you're saying. So I'm trying to create something here with my software product in membership along with a subscription box, I believe, because not only this, but so this would send you a couple American flags, maybe, or like in the summertime when it's sunny, some American flags, a mailbox flag, something. Right. Like you got Mardi Gras, Easter, the 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day. How are you fulfilling the physical products you have to mail to people?
Well, so I haven't built the subscription box, and that's because I couldn't get a good price point on this. But I did investigate because we were like, well, it would be nice to have groups of people that were decorating together, in our communities. Maybe your subscription box for holidays for your dog, Dog, where you would get the collar and the bat wings and a chew stuff, or for your car, decorating your car, those would be easier price points. But again, it's just recurring holiday selected sales on a subscription model, along with the product, the home show product. So it's all in here. And of course, it's confusing for pricing, but I think there's 10 holidays that can recur.
Yeah. All right. So, and then what is you said, and what's the third idea? I'm going to right now, I see how they're related, but I want to keep those separate for right now as two ideas, because they could definitely, I see why they could be combined, but I think we need to address them separately.
Okay. I thank you.
All right.
So do you want to move on to it's really just the other one was the comedy club stuff.
Yeah. Let's I got 3 wrestling belts on my back. So I love this idea, but I think it's hilarious, but let's talk about it.
When I owned the comedy club, again, we had a competition. And so my son joined the improv group here at his high school when he's a freshman. And it's like, oh, I've got this, I'll put together the comedy leagues. We used to have the high schools compete against each other, and the crowds would show up and scream and yell for who was the funniest, and we award a champion, and we had a playoff and the whole thing. So I created a website called the WWCCE, and with a buddy of mine, got a storyline where we're different characters, and we interact with promos and challenge each other to improv comedy games. And then, of course, we have challenged those. And after 6 games of those, you would have like a WrestleMania championship. But what happened was during the pandemic, everybody was home with Zoom, and he didn't do the improv anymore. So I created a second product because it wasn't Christmas anymore. And it allows you to take the green screens or take the boxes from a Zoom broadcast. And if you put a virtual green screen behind them, you can put the different boxes into a single scene. So that's how we would do the broadcast of this WWCCE show. And this product, this is called Stage Show. The one I called you for the projection mapping was Home Show. You could dial in with multiple cameras, multiple phones to a Zoom, and this will let you broadcast them out. So you could have a high school football game with the sidelines and the announcers, or a play with the different characters. And basically just by having Zoom and phone.
So the idea is not the comedy thing. That was just the tech that developed to be able to combine people into one place.
Right.
You've now made an easy solution for like the high school team to be able to say, look, start a phone over here, start a phone over there. One's pointed at the field, one's pointed at them. Zoom them in, and now you can have like actual inbox announcers talking.
Exactly.
To the thing.
And the director can look at the product. It's this little way to put backgrounds and stuff behind it.
Can I ask you a question? How is this any different than OBS or something like that? That can
OBS
just combine
doesn't
screens?
OBS doesn't let you pick up the different Zoom boxes and put them into a single screen and broadcast.
Okay. Because you've got the green screen functionality there. I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's
more of a director's tool for the Zoom boxes, and OBS can't accomplish some of it. So basically, I want to membership this Stage Show product, and I have this comedy and these people that are available to do the show remotely. And in order to do that, I'm a developer, and I looked at how was I going to do this, and when I landed on the membership model, Kajabi or that doesn't seem to fit what I want, and I do want to own the software in case I need to move it from server to server. So I've wrapped this in a network called Laugh-Up-A-Lunga. So I have multiple shows in this Laugh-Up-A-Lunga network that I would want to produce, kind of like Netflix. And each one has a show site, and each one then has the social network capabilities of this software that I'm putting it inside. Yeah. So that's a second product software and a second net membership network.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So we're starting to stack pretty high here. It's getting confusing. You know what I mean? And I can see why you're stuck, because it's hard. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through. I want to always stress, I never tell people what they want to do, because somewhere in there, you might have a passion for one of these things that I don't know about. just deep down inside. And like, you can't even articulate it. It's the brain worm, right? That won't get out of your head. So that's cool.
Okay.
So our path that we want to choose is the least barrier to entry, fastest chance to succeed.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's usually what we start with, because my buddy Pat Flynn taught me this a long time ago, and it's one of the truest things I've ever heard. It defines, I probably implement this in my business every single week, and it's called ABC, right? You can only work on one thing at a time. Like if I have 3 ideas, idea A, idea B, and idea C. If I try to work on A, B, and C all at once, here's what's going to happen. In week 1, I'm going to work on A, B, and C, and nothing's done. Let's say it takes 3 weeks to do each of them. In week 2, I'm going to work on A, B, and C, and I still don't have anything done, right? But if I just in week 1 worked on A, I'd be finished with A, and I'd know if it worked or it didn't, right? And then see what I'm saying? So like, you start getting results faster when you focus on that. Is like, what can I do? What can I do now? Push everything else aside. It doesn't mean you don't get to do A, B, and C, right? It just means you're going to do one first. Okay. And that's the way everybody should do it. If you got 4 ideas out there right now and you're listening to this podcast with me and Mike, you should write down A, B, C, D, and you should be like, quarter 1, I'm doing A, quarter 2, I'm doing B. Like, see if they work. Because what happens is, what if you finish quarter 1 and it blows up and you're making $100,000 a month? Like, yeah, we'll do B and C later, or I'll have somebody do it for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So don't just focus on one thing. So we got to pick the one thing. I'm gonna work backwards. The green screen thing seems like more of a licensing software product.
Yes.
It's like, can I just get this in somebody else's hands? And I'm not going to build a membership or a network around it. Like, this is a tech thing. It's like a technology thing. I think from a SWOT analysis standpoint, it's a great idea. It's a great software. A weakness in it would be, I don't know if the people you would sell it to, you'd have to train them and figure it out. There's going to be a lot of training involved in that. A threat standpoint, somebody's going to see your tech and figure it out and make their own, you know. Mm-hmm. That one scares me, unless it's a somehow I don't know if you can patent stuff like that, but also a license agreement. Like, I just don't know if that's worth, like, Laugh-A-Palunga is a good idea, but that's, the tech is not what the fun thing there is. People want to watch comedy, right? People want to watch the thing. So that's one thing. I think the subscription box is terrifying. Because one, I have a buddy, one of my best friends, who's one of the best entrepreneurs I've ever known. Him and his wife started a subscription box, and if they couldn't pull it off, I don't know who could, and they didn't. And those usually only work on the subscription side if you can, you got to have incredible fulfillment, and usually the stuff in the box is not your stuff. It's not stuff you make. It's like donated by other companies, almost for advertising, right? So like, you got to build relationships. You got to get people to put stuff in. You got to get it. You have to be responsible for making sure it goes from your fulfillment center to the door. You got to get all the stuff from the people to come in and get it there. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying you can't partner with someone to deliver it. Maybe there's already one out there and you're just the tech part, you know? On the positive side of that one, I do think that's a community, because all the people would get their boxes and they would go to their little Facebook group or whatever, and they would show themselves decorating their house. Right. So I'm not saying that can't work, but I'm saying that's a move mountains kind of business that you're going to need some capital and some relationships. Okay. Which brings me to the projector. The projector is an app that can be infinitely distributed. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows how to go find funny stuff on YouTube. Yep. So as you go through complexity, and you go through a competition analysis, and you go through everything else, that one seems like the best one to go after immediately, like AAA, because that's the fastest one you can literally try, you know? Yes. If it doesn't work, maybe you go to the subscription box or whatever. Okay. Now I heard one more thing too, and then I'm gonna throw it back to you. There's another thing that we do when we're picking an idea: assumptions, right? Based on our own bias. Like, yeah, it gets dark earlier, but it still gets dark. I might still want fireworks on the front of my house on the 4th of July, right? I might still want leprechauns crawling around in my bushes on St. Patrick's Day. I might, you know what I'm saying? I might want Easter bunnies bouncing around on my porch, even though it's getting dark later, you know? Yeah. So that was one bias assumption I heard. You were like, it gets dark early, right? Those holidays still happen, and there's still videos for holidays and things that we can project, even if we don't put stuff out in the day. You know what I mean? So the limitation is this is a nighttime product, but it's always night. There's always night.
Okay.
So be careful as you're evaluating ideas to let your biases creep in or your assumptions. You got to let the customer decide that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think you're going to lose the subscription part of it in the projector thing. Okay. A lot of information there. Tell me what you think about what I just said.
I think that's the way I feel too. I'm trying to, back end or bring in that holiday core portion to round out the year. And of course, it's not ready. It's a lot of work. And those links that are on the site that I have were affiliate links over to Amazon products. If I could build the community around just the projection mapping and figure out how to make.
Hey, I got it. I got an idea. So let's forget the word subscription box on that second thing.
Okay.
Just that doesn't exist. I'm not going to do a subscription box because you just said I'm going to be an affiliate marketer for these products, right?
Right.
Or even sell advertising. Like I'll reach out to a company and be like, hey, that's a great holiday decor product. Make that your free content. Your free content is all holiday decor. The only thing you sell is a subscription to the app for your membership. You have a community where people show off all their holiday decorations on each other because then it turns into a competition like Christmas Vacation, right?
Right.
But you just say, I'm not going to do a subscription box. So now we've got, okay, I'm the guy, the thing I draw in traffic from is I talk about holiday decor and my projections, right?
Okay.
I get people to use my app, the lowest barrier to entry, but then I sell them the thing you sell them next because your best buyers are your previous buyers, right? If you've already got a subscription membership of 1,000 people using your projection software, why not sell them holiday decor? Right. And you just do that through affiliate links, but you do that through free, like you have your blog strategy is basically blog post every week, latest in holiday decor for the latest holiday. Like we're getting ready to go to Halloween when we're recording this. So, you start putting Halloween articles out like, hey, here's a great idea for your mailbox for Halloween. Here's a great idea for your front porch. Here's a great idea for the top 5 scarecrow kits I've seen. You do top 5 lists, things like that. It's all free. That's your content strategy is what that is.
Awesome.
It's not a product.
I'm just I'm listing a collection, a holiday core collection of products, and just driving people through content, into my community, and just let them link off and buy them elsewhere.
It's like how like Muscle and Fitness says the same thing every year. Like inevitably in March they're going to have a top 10 exercises for abs, right? If they just repeat that every year because everybody wants abs for the beach. Right. You're the same. It's the same thing. It's like, you're just like, okay, we do 2 to 3. Let's say you go be real prolific with this so you can kind of dominate it. And your content strategy is, all right, if it's Halloween in 30 days, that's 4 weeks. And we're going to release, 3 blog posts about, your top 5 witches decor, top 5 pumpkin decor, top 5 skeleton decor. And you go find 5 really cool little products that people can decorate their mailboxes with. You're just focused on decor, not costumes, right? Or anything like that. And because there's people take that stuff seriously, man. They get tricked out. Like, so but you're the source for finding that stuff.
Yeah.
That's just your free content strategy. And every one of them has an affiliate link, and every sidebar on your site sells your app. That's it. Sells the subscription to the app. Like, hey, you don't need, like, imagine this. I'm thinking about how to decorate my house. I find your website. This is awesome. I look over in the sidebar and it says you don't even have to decorate. You can just do the projector.
Okay.
Boom.
I love it. So about the pricing strategy there, since we're kind of close here, what's a monthly price? So the app is just included in the membership. It's just like a course or something. Then as long as you're paying me $15, $20 a month, you can just project on your house. Is there a free trial to get you in there for 30 days?
Oh yeah, this is definitely a free trial, because if I can decorate especially if you can, like, I think your busy season would be like if you could imagine this, like we call it the back to school. This is what every niche we've ever found has what we call the back to school period. So in teaching an elementary librarian or whatever, we figured out that August and September was hot. Like that's where we made all our money because everyone's going back to school. That's what they're thinking about. Back to school for football was June, because people were getting their playbooks settled, deciding on their defenses and offenses, and then doing 7-on-7 in practice to get it ready. So every season has a back to school. I would guess the back to school here is like September, October, because if you can catch them on a free trial on Halloween, and then you're immediately saying decorate for Thanksgiving, decorate for Christmas, and you make it a part of their life, of course they're going to do New Year. Of course they're going to do Valentine's Day. Of course they're going to do St. Patty's. Of course April Fools, May, Easter, all that. They're going to keep going at that point, right?
Okay, right.
Yeah. And I would say probably in the App Store, I mean, are you going to bill through Apple?
Well, it's not. It's just a web app. I will wrap it up certainly and put it into the App Store. Definitely.
Yeah. But so right now, what is it, like a Chrome extension or something, or what is it?
It's just a web page. But those are kind of just ways to wrap it and deliver it. So I can do.
You can password protect it then, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I would not call this an app anymore. Don't use the word app. Okay. I would say because when people say app, they think app on their, and I know you can make an app like appear it's right. All apps are browsers, people. Hello. I tell you all this. They're just like browsers that interface with some server somewhere, So like I would do it like that. I would not call it an app. I would have it like, this is members. It's in our membership. Okay. Let me talk about this. Okay. So we've got content solved. This is perfect. There's only 3 things in a membership, right? There's content. There's community, which the tools live in the community. Okay. And then we call it coaching, but it's the leader is what it is. Right. You need the face of the brand, the communicator, the someone who tells people what they're doing. So we've got content figured out. We become the place where you talk about decorating your house. We've got the community figured out, sort of. We've got one part of the community. We've got the tool of how we're going to the projection tool, right? And we'll come up with a sexier name.
It can be referred to as a web app. Often it is sometimes.
I know you know that, but I also know that 9 out of 10 people in my life that are just lay people that barely know how to use their phone would not understand that, right? Okay. The word app is not bad as long as you can get it like where it looks like an app. Can you get it on their phone? Can you get it to do it? But if they log in through your browser or whatever to get to that thing, that's fine too. I'm not saying we don't call it an app right now. I'm just saying don't refer to it in your mind that way, right? Because you know what a web app is. Yeah. People know what apps are on their phone.
It can look like that.
Yeah, I see it. It's on your phone. Yep, it's on your phone. He's scrolling through. I see how you set it up. I mean, it will function just like a phone app. You know what I'm saying? But like imagine this catchphrase: decorate your house for the holidays with nothing but your phone. Never said app, never said web tool, never said any confusing things. It's just that's the result, man. And then once you get in there, you can train them on how to use the tool, Right. But here's because if you say this, like decorate your house for the holidays with an app.
Yeah.
They're not coming to your website. They're going to the Apple store.
So it's just like home show on your phone.
It's home show on your phone. That's what it is. Like keep it as simple and caveman as possible. Community wise on this tool also needs a place. I would probably use a Facebook group only for this because I don't want you to have to train people to go to your app or your website or whatever to show off their house, right? You want them to be able to, you want to have things in there that are like, share this on your Facebook page and then share that in the group, right? So that's how you build community, is this Facebook group of people showing the videos that they put on their house, showing which videos they picked, because houses are houses. I mean, ranch is a ranch, garage is a garage. People are going to see a house that looks like theirs to get ideas, right? They need a place where they can share ideas. Facebook groups work perfect for this. And then where are you going to host the trainings to use this?
In my holiday club.
So you're going to, so on the website, in the web app or whatever, there's going to be a place to say directions, how to use it, the tools.
Yeah, tutorials. And there's even a marketplace because people can create these using my app, like a new scene for a haunted for Halloween, and they can sell it to other people. I mean, it's a marketplace in there to buy pre-made displays for, and you can have multiple screens. Like you might have
you
one
can set up a template that was like, if I set up the elf template, I can actually put that in there and other people can get to it somehow.
Exactly. They just line up the panels on their garage and the angle of their projector and push play.
And it works.
Or they could have,
and you can make those for them too, right?
Yeah, I am making some, yes. Or they could be like,
did you say you're going to sell those? You're going to sell those?
Right.
Those can be sold?
Correct.
Okay.
And so there'll be like on pumpkins, you can have singing pumpkins. So each, a screen that points at the pumpkins, or one that's pointing at a ghost type statue, and you can have a talking ghost. So you can make all types of videos in here,
dude,
set to a different screen, and then just play them.
I would have, so content, community, communicator, right? The content, let's go back to that for a second. Decor Ideas is a great blog, but you've got to have YouTube videos of different decorations on different houses. And you got to show people how you set it up and say that template's available in the app. We go back to the community. All it is a Facebook group and your tool itself, the home show site or whatever. That's where your trainings live. That's where the tool lives. I'm not sure if you shouldn't go ultra low on the price for the actual tool, like something crazy low, like, you know, like $2.99 or something, and make a ton of money off templates.
Ooh.
You know? Yeah. Like yeah.
That's way better. That gives me a pricing.
Dude, it could even be like, imagine if 100,000 people did this and they paid $1 a month. They'll never cancel it.
Yeah. And you're right. And they like, oh, I want that one. There's another one I'm just about to build, which is Christmas Vacation, where they go hallelujah.
Yes.
And the whole house lights up with light bulbs.
Yes.
I can't necessarily use the copyrighted images, which is fine, but I can put that up and I can play YouTube videos in it. So that's fine.
Yes. They're just playing a YouTube video on a projector at that point.
Correct.
That's all they're doing. Yeah.
So
what it's just similar enough. Then you just take your web app and you translate it to Apple, you translate it to Android, and just set up your subscription. No, I'm not even sure I wouldn't do like 99 cents or something a month, like $12 a year or $10 a year or 99 cents. Just get the app on people's phone.
Yeah.
And then then there's never a reason to cancel it. It's never a pain point. It's just like, oh, I skipped February and didn't do Valentine's Day. Oh, remember that app? Let's throw some leprechauns on the house for this St.
That's awesome. And to turn this web page that I saw into an app is a very simple process. I can get that done in less than a week. You wrap it in a container, it becomes an app. Yeah,
man. Yeah. So here's how you focus on it for the fun part of it. The text, no problem. The content's no problem. I still like the decor idea, because most people, when they think decorate for a holiday, they think go look for physical things to buy. But almost your website becomes, hey, this is a cool physical thing, or you could just use our app and you don't have to worry about it. So you're saving them time, you're saving them money. Never buy decor again. Like it's a little bit of a Trojan horse. You're like, people are looking for top holiday decor, Christmas decor. So you dominate those searches, you get all that traffic, you show them some things that have affiliate links so you can make money that way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your whole website is designed to get them to download this app and realize you never have to buy decor again. Never buy decor again. That'd be a great slogan.
Is it okay for holiday decor to just focus basically on porch decorations?
Man, I'm telling you, here's what you're doing. You're competing with yourself. Sell one thing. That's one of our core values. What do we sell? We sell a membership. Everything lives in the membership period. And I think that you're the answer to holiday decor. I think you talk about it only to get affiliate clicks and only to get traffic. Because that's what they're not going to think, look for projection software on my house. They're going to think, look for a wreath. Or they're going to think, look for Easter baskets, or look for a pumpkin. Like that's what they're going to think about. So they're going to search for that. They find you. They realize you've got the solution they didn't even know they needed. Never buy decor again. What if for the rest of your life, you could decorate your house for anything, any holiday for 99 cents? Would you do that? I would do that. I would totally do that. Wait a minute. You mean I don't got to go buy $500 in Christmas lights and run my power bill up for 3 months? I'd totally do that. So that's your product. That's the solution you're actually selling is
right.
Never buy decor again.
Yeah.
Never spend all that time decorating your house and be the talk of the town. Awesome. That's it, man. That's what it's all about.
There is some considerations with the hardware. I mean, you'll have to. I do sell a package. It's like $199.
That's different. You sell the projector,
Chromecast, and enclosure. Yep. And so you can buy a whole kit, or you can just use your own.
As soon as they sign up for the app, the thank you page should sell them the projector and the kit. That's it. That's the upsell. You work in a 20% profit margin on your cost. Now, instead of selling every other decor for every other holiday, you're selling your software and a projector as the upsell. Work in just whatever it costs you, work in a 20% profit margin.
Okay.
So if it costs you $200, charge them $249. There you go. You just made $50 off everybody that joins the thing.
Awesome.
It's simple, right? It's easier. Yeah. Sell one thing, man. Yeah.
It's definitely a economical and easy and
it sounds fun. Door. Like I never have to do this again. Oh, that's great. Right. I'm going to be the talk of the town. That's status. I'm the talk of the town. Did you see?
Right.
He's got Elf playing on his garage door. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like when you think about these ideas, like what I did was when I go through that process, the first thing we do is we brainstorm. If you're choosing from an idea, this is how you do it. The first thing you do is brainstorm, right? The second thing, now we look for fastest to market. Okay. So we look for fastest to market. We SWOT analysis, each idea. We like strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's old school best practices. Okay. Like we went through all the threats and the opportunities and things like that. You'll find that parts of the ideas actually combine together nicely at the end of it. right? And then you just have to go do that one thing and for 3 to 6 months and see if it works. Like you just stop thinking about all the other things. You have to focus now and do the one thing to see what happens. And as long as it meets those criteria, we can create content, we can build community, which you're going to build community around this easily. And then the communicator has access to the people, like you can lead them by these templates. That's so your coaching or your leadership. That's what it is. My coaching is go to Q&As, come here and talk to you on this podcast. Your coaching is simply providing templates so they can get there faster. They can get the template on their garage door faster, right?
Yeah.
And that's your coaching. You figured that out. So now you've got 3 elements of a membership. You've got it easy to create. You've already got the content and the product. Now you just have to go out and execute. Now here's the deal. Will it work? I don't know, but it's going to be a lot faster and closer to answer that question now because we're only doing one thing.
Yeah, that's perfect strategy. So is there a membership login model, or there's other content within where the tool resides when you're logging in, or is this kind of like I've got a Facebook group membership only? Here's
what I would do. I would have a login to get to the software, of course, right? So they got the 99-cent login, okay? And then what I personally would do, I would just use a Facebook group because this is a bunch of lay people. They might know a little bit about tech, but really they're just trying to decorate their house and they want to hang out and show off. Okay. Why do people decorate their house? Do you really think it's festive celebration? No, it's so their neighbor is jealous. This is a status play. All you people hanging all this crap in your front yard. You just want people to look at you, and that's okay. You're allowed to do that, but we know why they're really doing it. It's human psychology, right? So that's what it is. So 10% of the people that join this for 99 cents a month, something I would make this so low barrier to entry to get this app in as many user hands as possible to get it out there. Maybe if you get 10,000 people ever, that's $10,000 a month, you know?
Right.
So I would get that out there, and then I would charge $10 a month for all the templates. I would just let user generators upload into it for free. You would put it in the terms and conditions like, hey, take your best templates, upload them, and you can share them in the premium membership, but they don't get any money for that or anything. They'll want to contribute, I'm telling you, and just say you own it once they contribute it. They'll want the status of sharing that, right? You might be able to figure out some kind of rev split or something someday where you pay people like, hey, if you upload your template, I'll give you $10, right? Okay. Something like that. But then you create them too and put them in a premium membership that's actually like, $10 a month, $9 a month starting. So now so you got your 2 tiers. That way you don't have to sell them individually. I think that's kind of a nightmare. Like just put them all in one place, $9 a month. So imagine if you get 10,000 people to do it at the bottom tier, and then imagine if 1,000 of them take the $10.
Yep.
It's $20,000 a month. I mean, just rolling in off of user generated content, basically, in your software that never has to change. So, and who knows, man, who knows if something like that could go viral eventually, what would be awesome? I tell you, it would be awesome too. Like, how like there's little projectors for this is a rabbit hole. I'm not telling you to do this in the beginning, but this is what happens when you start talking.
Yeah.
There's these little projectors on phones that you can get, right? It's like an attachment. Dude, wouldn't it be awesome if I had this in my office on my desk, shining up on my computer? Everybody in the office is like, or you shine it on your coffee mug and stuff, and like you've got like Elf playing on your coffee mug if people walk by. Like you could do something stupid like that and just sell them the little phone projectors and mark it up. Because you could totally map it the same way. What's it matter? It's just how close the projector is to the item at that point.
Honestly, you can set up a screen to match the layout of your door or something, panels on it, and you can go crazy.
You get the door that's like the you have like it's got like a door that shuts, it's got like 4 little area, like it's decorative or whatever, and you can just shine it on. It's just the same thing that Disney does on the freaking castle for fireworks.
Exactly,
it's the same thing. You're just bringing that technology, which everybody loves that show. You're just bringing that to the people, the women out there in the public that are like, I can't, man, that Disney castle show was awesome. Well, here, make your own Disney castle. You could probably say something like that,
This makes it simpler. Makes it simpler.
All you got to do is put all your puzzle pieces on the table, go through each one, do a little SWOT analysis on each one, go back and figure out which one's going to actually become a membership, which is content, community, and coaching. Right, in some way. And once you do that, the cream will rise to the top. The problem that people do is they base this decision on emotion. They base this decision on passion, follow my dreams, right? That's not what this is based on. The ideas come from that source, but you have to look at them and say, what can I actually do? What will people actually buy? And how do I actually sell this and make money on it? Once you figure that out, you know which idea you should pick. So that's fun, dude. But man, let's talk about really what are you going to do in the next 24 hours to get the ball rolling on this one idea?
I'm going to change over the pricing structure. I'm going to change over the name of my Facebook group.
And I think you need to start the process of working on getting this in both app stores for 99 cents or something.
Right.
Like you want distribution is going to be critical long term making this work. You know how easy your marketing is going to be, dude. It's like what's the next holiday?
The free trial was my lead magnet of sorts. So I have to figure out how do I guess the lead magnet is just 99 cents now, huh?
No, I'd still do the free, and then it goes at 99 cents, or it goes at
cool.
because the App Store lets you do free trials on stuff. You can do 7-day trials and all kinds of different things, right?
Okay, well, then there you go. Then that's the same kind of plan I was heading towards. So yeah,
total distribution, and then make that money on that $9 template membership that some percentage of these people will buy.
Okay,
at that point. Awesome, man. Listen, hey, man, I know it's hard to come on this show and throw your ideas on the table and we wrestle with them. And like, it's that no sugar, mindset that we have here at Flip Lifestyle. Like we got to tell the truth. We got to say, this is good. This is bad. This is challenging. This is easier. And man, we went through that process today. You jumped into it, Mike. And man, you are ready to rock and go forward with this. So I cannot wait to see what you create, what you release, and what we see this thing grow into over the holidays. I'll be the first one to download it once you get your prices changed. I'll see if I can shine something out on my house for you. It's for a little free publicity, man.
And once I've got this rolling along, I'll want to talk to you again about the Comedy Network.
That's right, man. Hey, listen, once you do A, you get to come back and do B. All right, man. Have a great day, dude.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right, guys, that wraps up my podcast with Flip Lifestyle community member Mike Buchanan. Man, we have so many great members, just hundreds of amazing family-focused entrepreneurs from around the world. It is an honor and a privilege to serve them every single day, every single week, every single month, all year long inside of the Flip Lifestyle community. And we would love to have you as a part of that community too. We help entrepreneurs at every stage of their online business journey start, build, and grow online businesses. Maybe you've been listening to the show for a while. Maybe you're new to the show. Either way, we would love to have you as a member of the Flipped Lifestyle Community membership. All you got to do to learn more about the community, figure out how you can get started, is go to flippedlifestyle.com/flipyourlife. That's all one word, flippedlifestyle.com/flipyourlife, FLIPPED, lifestyle.com/flipyourlife. And you can learn all about our training program. We call it the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint. That is the A to Z step-by-step process that we use to start, build, and grow our online business, replace our income, quit our jobs. It's the same process that we teach inside of our community. Thousands of people have went through that and found success. The Flip Lifestyle Blueprint. You're going to get access to all of our community forums where you get to hang out with all the other members inside the community. Plus, we do live Q&As every single month where you can come and get more of your questions answered. Our mission is to help 100,000 families flip their lives, change their family's future, leave an inheritance to their children's children. And we want you to be one of those people. That's flippedlifestyle.com/flipyourlife. We hope to see you inside the community soon. All right, guys, we are about out of time for the Flip Lifestyle podcast today, but we do like to close every single episode of our show with a Bible verse. My wife, Jocelyn, and I get a lot of our inspiration and motivation in business and in life from the Bible. There's so much in there for business, for entrepreneurship, and really succeeding out in the world the way it's laid out. And super excited because Mike gave me a great Bible verse today that I wanted to share with you. And then he's going to tell you why it's important to him. It's Exodus 35:10. The Bible says, all who are skilled among you are to come and make everything the Lord has commanded. This is one of my favorite chapters in the Bible too, Mike. But Mike, why is this Bible verse important to you?
Well, years ago, and just the drudgery of going to work and, just having to sit in the cube or do whatever, I realized that the free market was everybody is working to serve their fellow man. No matter what it is I'm doing, it's so that I can make the efficiencies better, or I'm using my network to provide something to somebody. And so I realized that working was really a charitable, a helpful process. And in fact, the flip side of it if you're thinking is, if you want to buy something, the baker says, well, you can get this, but you have to show me a proof of good work that you did. And then you hand over a $20 bill and say, I mowed my neighbor's lawn. So all who's skilled among you are to come and make everything the Lord commanded. The work we're doing is always to serve our fellow man.
One thing I love about this verse, he didn't say make certain things. He said make everything, right? He said make it all. Like everyone's work is valuable. Everyone's ideas are valuable. And you just got to put them out in the marketplace and see how valuable they are with that proof of work, the money.
That's right.
Back. All right, y'all. That's all the time we have for today's Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you so much. We are here to serve you and your family. And if we are doing a good job about that, could you do me a favor? Head over to Apple Podcast and leave this podcast a 5-star review. I promise I read every single one of those reviews personally. Jocelyn reads them as well. Leaving us a 5-star review is going to help us reach more families, reach more people. We want to get to them before all these shady internet marketers get to them. We want them to find truth and find hope and find a plan that will actually help them change their family's future. You can be a big part of that just by leaving us a review. If you listen on another platform, make sure you always subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you download episodes to your phone. That's how the algorithms figure out what are the best shows. And we want to get Flip Lifestyle out there to everybody we can. Also, don't be afraid to share this on social media. Hey, how about just tell a friend the next time you're at church or on the phone or hanging out at the ballpark? Tell them to get out their phone, subscribe it for them. We want everybody to know our message of hope and prosperity here at Flip Lifestyle. So thank you so much for partnering with us to help us spread the word. I'll be back with you again next time. Until then, get out there, take action, A, B, C, and focus on A for as long as you can. Do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.
Bye.